Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. I hope the start of your day is amazing. Look who actually shed. My guy Ben and Jerry, a perfect shed, by the way. And I always love to see what the head looks like on these guys, just because I think it's so interesting, right? That there's actually two heads, and look at that. That's about as close as you can get to a good one. Again, you've got Ben's shed right here. Jerry's gets ripped off because, again, they do have that kind of Y, so they have no choice but to rip it. But nevertheless, a really beautiful shed for my two-headed snake, Ben and Jerry, and they're doing absolutely incredible. And I could not be more excited to tell you this. Guess what? The Reptile Zoo, the Reptarium, is about to open. That's right, this coming Friday, we can actually open the Reptarium. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not like we're going back to things of old because, hey, it's a little bit of a different world. There are restrictions that go on. I'm gonna tell you what I think is going to happen, and I wanna hear from you guys what you think I should do, and so on like that. So I've been thinking about this nonstop since the word came down that the governor said we could open up. It's gonna be amazing, but before we dive really deep into this topic, let's go ahead and check on some snake eggs. Clutches are getting so exciting right now. This is actually a Het Russo, and it's bred to a pastel hidden gene Woma, which means that I could produce some Russo soul suckers, which are really cool. And here's that male, again, a super pastel hidden gene Woma, and the hidden gene Woma to lesser and Het Russo is a lilac, producing that soul sucker stuff, which is so cool. Let's see how many eggs this mama has. Looks like she is piled up again. I always talk about the fact that I love it when it feels like females can't even wrap the eggs. There's so many of them. So mama, you did so good. What a beautiful clutch. I tell you what a good mama, that's for sure. That is beautiful. And again, everything in here is going to be pastel. Then we can have some pastel hidden gene Woma stuff. We could have some pastel Het Russo stuff. We could also have some pastel soul sucker Russo stuff. So it's going to be a really cool clutch to cut. 2, 4, 6, 8 beautiful eggs. And as always, 57 days from now, you guys are going to see what's inside these eggs. Another unbelievable clutch right here. This, of course, is a fire ghost ball python. And it was bred to this champagne lorry ball python that's het for ghost. So we could produce champagne lorry, ghost, fires, all kinds of combinations thereof. This is a beautiful male, but the offspring should be amazing. So let's see how many eggs this girl has. Again, it looks like a gorgeous clutch of eggs. I am getting so excited about production this year. Good job, mama. You did so good. Just get these eggs off really quick. Whoop, mama took a little pop shot at me there. That's okay. Of course, you gotta just get this paper off here and we can take a look. Wow, look at that clutch of eggs right there. And again, the combinations could be so amazing. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 eggs. Oh my gosh. And just like that, guys, we have 45 clutches of ball pythons in the incubator. Look at Al Machino just shed out. Got to clean his cage up, but wow, does he look absolutely gorgeous. This is a snake that is just stunning in person. And when we were open that one weekend, for the grand opening weekend, there was no doubt that Al was one of the big hits over here at the Reptarium 2.0. People love this guy, and I cannot wait till people can start to play with him again. That's for sure. Now, let's get into what that may actually look like. The truth is that the governor said we can only have 10 people here at the Reptarium during open hours at one time. Now that's 10 customers, so we can have however many workers we need, but we can only have 10 patrons at a time. This is how I think that's going to work. I think that we are going to sell time slots from 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, something like that. We're open 5 hours, so there'll be 50 slots per day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Coming this Friday, there will be 50 slots available, and unfortunately, we have to sell an hour at a time. Now, you could buy 5 hours if you want, but that's the only way that we can actually operate, right? Because if we only had 10 people come in at 4 and stay till 9, we couldn't even pay the payroll that way. So we want to try to have 50 people a night. And again, that doesn't mean it have to be 50 different people, it's just 50 time slots. So again, if you want to spend 2 hours here, you could buy 2 time slots. so on and so forth like that. And what we'll probably do is have wristbands. So say green 4 to 5, yellow 5 to 6. At the end of that first hour, the green bands have to leave and the yellow bands get to come in. If you buy more, you get more wristbands. Does that make sense? I think that that's kind of the best way to go about it. I would love to hear your thoughts about, is that a good idea? I mean, again, we certainly aren't going to be making anywhere near the kind of money that we would normally make, but I am just excited to get people in here again, playing with these animals, getting these animals out and start getting the attention that they deserve so much. And then I'll talk a little bit more in a few minutes about the other things we're thinking as far as safety. With Jessica, which means, what do we have?
We've got eggs today.
Awesome. What do we have?
Gargoyle eggs.
Oh, that's a pretty one too. Which one's this one?
This is our Dracula line female.
Oh, this is a Dracula female?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so dope. Of course, we had that Dracula baby hatch not too long ago, which is cool. So this is exciting.
We've got 3 babies from
We've got 3 babies already?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, and they look good too.
Yeah,
look at that. 2 beautiful little good eggs.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Of course, that Dracula line comes from Tiki's geckos. Some amazing geckos they have down there for sure. So that is cool to put a couple more eggs in the incubator. Oh my god, that is dope.
We got one sitting in there incubating already.
Awesome. Sweet. I can't wait till those. How long do these take?
They can take up to 90 days.
Up to 90 days.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard for me to wait that long, but it'll be worth
it.
It'll be worth it. Those babies are going to be awesome. Guess what time it is, everyone? If you guess that we're going to knit a really cool stuffed animal, you're right. No, it's Kluber egg time. Let's go ahead and just jump right into this. This is actually a hypo het for blood red or diffuse corn, and she's bred to that beautiful plasma male, which is a diffuse lavender corn. Just take a look at that one. Woo-hoo. I tell you what, that thing is gorgeous. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The last clutch and the first clutch that he produced was about 50% fertility, so I don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, look at it. It's fertile. They're all fertile. Not a really big clutch by any stretch, but still a fertile clutch, which is awesome. But again, this is a first-time female. Not very big. Definitely not a big clutch by any stretch of the imagination, but still absolutely fertile, which is what we want. And we could get some really cool combos here. This is 2, 4, 5 eggs. That is it for that clutch, but we do have a few more clutches to pull. Next up, we have another corn snake that has all kinds of genetics in it. Let's just go ahead and pull this box out. It's actually an Albino Motley that is also het for amber and opal stripe. So there's all kinds of stuff. And it looks like a good clutch. One little slugger on the bottom there, but look at how beautiful that snake is right there. Of course, that Motley pattern is that kind of cool, like dotting pattern down it, connecting the saddles all down the middle. It's really cool. It's a recessive mutation. And again, it's het for amber, which of course is hypo caramel. It's het for opal stripe, which is lavender albino stripe. There's like 6 or 7 different combinations in here that we could produce. So that is pretty cool. And again, like I said, one little slugger right here. The rest of the eggs look really good. Put these in here, put these in here, and we've got 2, 4, 6 good eggs, 1 little slugger. Still pretty cool. And when this clutch hatches, there could be some bangers. Well, obviously we got to keep not only our own health in mind, but also our patrons. We want everyone to be safe. So this is a tough thing, but I think everyone's going to have to wear masks. I mean, our employees, we're going to probably even be wearing gloves. I don't know 100%, but I think people coming through will have to wear masks. I hope that you guys don't mind. I wish we didn't have to, but to be honest with you, I think there's no choice in it. Now, the good news is that the CDC literally just released something saying that it's hard to catch COVID from surfaces. Now, we're going to still have hand sanitizer, every single person. So if you want to hold salt, you're going to have to hand sanitize. Then you can hold salt, and then the next person's going to have to hand sanitize. But the fact is they said it's almost impossible to catch it through that type of transmission. So we're pretty safe there, but we're going to play it completely safe just to make sure everyone is okay. It's pretty cool that now we don't have to worry about the fact that what if we hand a snake to somebody and then they get some kind of virus on it and then we hand it to someone else? Because basically the CDC said that it's very rare to catch it that way. The other thing they said is that animals can't transmit it. So even if an animal did have it, which reptiles haven't shown to have it yet, but they can't transmit it. So this is all really good news. And I think that that's kind of the basis of what we think about the grand opening. Again, it's going to be this Friday, 4 to 9, Saturday, 4 to 9, and Sunday, 3 to 8. You can go to Reptarium.com, reserve your time slot if you so choose to be one of those 50 time slots per day. And that's how this is going to have to run for the next couple weeks. I am sure in a couple weeks it's going to go from 10 to 25 to 50 and so on and so forth. So we're going to get more and more people, and then hopefully not too much longer we won't even have to wear masks. We'll just have to wait to see. We want to follow all the state regulations to make sure that we don't get shut down. Obviously, not to mention, we want you to be safe. We want to be safe. We want our animals to be safe. But it's going to be so cool that people can start to handle salt again and all of these animals. I am so excited. That's right, guys. The Reptarium is about to open up again this Friday. We have another Abbott's Okatee that is het for scaleless corn. This is a pretty big animal. It was actually born in 2012, so it's an older animal for sure. So hopefully there'll be a really good clutch. And this was the boy that it was bred to, that beautiful scaleless Abbott's Okatee. Of course, it's in with another het female right now that's actually gearing up for a second clutch. So colubrids will actually lay 2 clutches. So basically what happens is that after the first clutch, they'll go through a shed, they'll start eating, and then you start breeding them again. Usually 6-7 weeks later, they lay another clutch. But let's go ahead and see what this girl has. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. That is a dream clutch right there. Now remember, half of these are going to be scaleless Abbott's Okatees, and half of them are going to be Abbott's Okatees het for scaleless. So I tell you what, Mama, you did so good. And again, she's an older animal. Again, 8 years old, so she's been around. The older they get, the bigger they get, the more eggs. And these are nice, big, beautiful eggs, and a lot of them. Oh my goodness gracious. That is a clutch right there. I hope I can even count these things. There's so many of them. I can't count past 10. You guys know that. There is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 eggs. Oh my gosh, who doggy, that's a good clutch. 22 eggs. Again, on average, 11 of these are going to be Abbott's Okatee scaleless. Oh my god, I cannot wait till these things hatch. Last clutch of the day, and this is a clutch that I absolutely love because this is an Arizona mountain king snake that is het for albino. Now, we had one other clutch that was an Arizona mountain king snake that was a possible het albino, and of course it was bred to this beautiful male right here, which of course is an albino Arizona mountain king snake. I mean, that thing is ridiculous. So hopefully this clutch will be good too, because the first clutch was a good clutch of eggs, but this one is a proven het female. So fingers crossed there'll be good eggs in here. Well, there's one good egg in here. Let's see, where are we? Okay, here's another little tiny egg, but it looks good. Let's just get Mama back out here and see if there's any hidden. That is really weird. If she only had 2 eggs, that would be unbelievable. As a matter of fact, there's one normal size egg and one half size egg. So there's got to be more in here, I would think, but maybe not. Wow, that's crazy. So that 22 egg clutch from the Abbott's Okatee is the largest clutch that we've had this year. The smallest clutch that we've had this year is 2 eggs with no infertiles or anything else. So hey, we had the most eggs and the least eggs all in the same day. And I realize that people are going to want to spend more than an hour. I get it. But the thing you do have to remember is normally when we're open, there's hundreds of people in here. You're going to only be with 10 people total. So you're going to get a lot more attention and get to see things a lot more in the hour that you're here, right? And again, if you want to go longer, you can always do that, but I think that hour is going to be pretty special because there's only going to be 10 people plus our crew in the entire Reptarium. So although it's a downside that you can only stay for an hour if you only pick 1 hour time slot, but the truth is you're going to see a lot in that hour. From my friends over at Cold-Blooded Cafe, of course, Desiree and Steve, they're amazing. You know, Forrest's place that he developed, Zoo Dreams all the way. You guys know that I love these guys. They obviously sent me another shirt. I can't wait to see what this says. Oh my gosh. So this is dope, man. So the first one was kind of that supreme red logo that said Zoo Dreams, and I saw them wearing this black one, and they said that that was only going to be for the people on their podcast and stuff like that. So I love it. I tell you what, I love this. Again, you can hit up MJ Exotics. I'll put a link in the description, and you can buy yourself the red ones and some other stuff. Please support Zoo Dreams. You know, it goes to his legacy, his family, Desiree and Lars, his son. So thank you, people over at Cold-Blooded Cafe. And by the way, that's where I get my rodents as well, so I'll put a link in the description to that too. Shameless plug for my friends over there. Greatest frozen rodents in the business. Sorry for the rest of you guys. So how exciting is that? The Reptarium opens up this coming Friday. I am so happy. As a matter of fact, if you enjoyed this video, right here is a playlist of us doing the Reptarium, building it out and all that type of stuff. Up here you can subscribe to my podcast channel called Checking In. Please show that love. I really do appreciate it. Over here you can subscribe to this vlog channel. Please turn your post notifications on. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you tomorrow.